Hello everyone, today in this video we'll be discussing the Python application programming super important questions from exam point of view. The document link can be found in the description box, you can download it, and if you are not experienced in Python, you don't have any idea about Python, watch this video. I'll be telling you what are the key points you need to write and what are the terminologies, how do you remember those. And if you find this video helpful, make sure hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, and without wasting any more time, let's get started. In the module 1 we have the following topics: how to write the programs, what are variable expression statements, and conditional execution, as well as functions. Okay, so these are the common things which you need to know, the definitions and the examples as well. Let's have a look. The first question is explain the computer hardware architecture with a neat diagram. In computer hardware architecture, there are 5 things you need to keep in mind. The central processing unit, CPU, it does all the processing which is happening in the computer. Main memory stores the actual storage, what has to be stored, like whatever the data is present, that will be stored in the main memory. Secondary memory is the permanent storage, where it will be stored in the magnetic disks. Okay, so secondary memory has a larger memory than main memory. IO devices is the input and output devices, like the keyboard and mouse are the input devices, and printer and screen are the output devices. Network connection means you'll be connecting to a network so that you can fetch the things which are not present in your local system. Okay, and this is the diagram you have to make. Moving on, we have the list of features of Python programming language. So these are the few features which are present in the Python programming language, like easy to code, easy to read, free and open source, robust and interpreted, portable, object oriented and procedure oriented, extensible. Okay. Moving on, we have how Python handles exceptions. Explain with programming example. Exception means what? If we are trying to do something and we are not getting that output and we are getting some error in between, how do we handle that error? Whenever error happens, how do we handle it? Basically, that is what Python handles the exceptions. The exceptions are nothing but we'll be taking two integer numbers here. In A, we'll be taking int input enter A, and B is equal to int input enter B. C is equal to A by B. Okay, and print C. Now C is the value which is having A divided by B. Suppose I enter B's value as 0, then what should be the answer here? A can be anything. Anything by 0 is not defined, right? So C will be having an error in that. To handle this error, we'll be using the zero division error. Okay, by using try catch block, we'll be handling it. So here we'll be trying this one, and then we'll be writing except print division by 0 is not possible. If any error happens, then this will be stopped and this will be executed. See here, try is written here, so this will be tried first and then this will be executed. Okay, so output is this one. If it is 12 and 0, it will output division by 0 is not possible, because 12 by 0 is not possible. This is called as catching. Okay, trying something, if it does not work, catching that thing, that is try catch block. In this way the Python handles exceptions. Next, write a Python program to find the largest of three numbers. If I give you three numbers 1, 4 and 7, you have to tell me which is the largest number. So let's take an example. Num1 is equal to 10, num2 is equal to 14, num3 is equal to 12. These three numbers are there. You have to tell me which is the largest one. In this, the largest is 14. What we will be actually doing is we'll be comparing num1 with num2 and num3. If num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3, then this will be the greatest. Or else, if this is greater than this and this is greater than this, then this will be greatest. Or if this is greater than this and this is greater than this, then this will be the greatest. That three checks we are making here. If num1 is greater than or equal to num2 and num1 is greater than or equal to num3, then num1 is equal to largest. Or if num2 we will check the same way. If num2 also is not the greatest, obviously num3 will be greatest. Largest will be assigned as num3 and that will be printed here. Okay, so what is starting with the hashes, you don't have to write that. That is called as comments. Only these things you have to write. Okay. Moving on, we have explained the syntax of user-defined function in Python. Write a user-defined function to find the sum of three numbers. User-defined function means what? If you want to perform a specific thing, you will be writing a function for it. By using that function, you will be performing that thing. For example, this is the syntax. You have to write the keyword def, then you have to write the function name and argument list. Argument list means what all variables you are going to use. So that will be writing here. Then statements you will be writing. If it has some return value, you will be writing return value. This is a syntax. Okay, like also they have asked, explain the user-defined function to find the sum of three numbers. So to find the sum of three numbers, here another example is there. You can go through it, like for the definition of user-defined function. For the sum of three numbers, it's very simple. Def s is the function name, a, b, c are the numbers I am accepting, and I will be returning a plus b plus c, the sum of three numbers. And x is nothing but a variable in which I will be storing this s 1, 2, 3. If I write this function, what will happen? 1, 2 and 3 will be passed to a, b and c, and what will be returned? A plus b plus c, 1 plus 2 plus 3. That answer which will be returned, it will be returned back and stored in x. So you have to print sum is equal to x. Okay. Moving on, we have write the Python program that prompts the user for a Celsius temperature, convert into a Fahrenheit, and print out the converted temperature. You have been given with Celsius, and you have to convert into Fahrenheit, and then you have to print that value. So Celsius is equal to, you have taken the value in float input, enter the temperature in Celsius. Fahrenheit is equal to Celsius into 1.8 plus 32. This is the formula. Okay, Celsius multiplied by 1.8 plus 32 is giving me Fahrenheit value, that I will be printing that much Fahrenheit. Okay. Next, explain the chained and nested conditional execution statement with along with the syntax and flowchart. You have to explain chained and nested. Chained means what? One after the another. Okay, like chained will be like this. If a condition is true, this will be executed. Elif means else if. Okay, like if this condition is not true, this will be executed. And elif condition n, like if this condition is true, execute it. Else if another condition is true, execute it. Else if another condition is true, execute it. Like that, the chain is present, right? That is called as chain conditionals. At last, you will be writing else. Like if all these conditions are not true, this will be executed. Okay, regardless of whether there is any condition or not, it will be executed. And this is the flow chart you have to make. Condition 1, condition 2 till condition n. Statements and blocks are present here, and false and true values are present. And this is an example. You'll be taking a marks, and if marks is less than 80, print first class. If marks is greater than 50 and less than 60, between 15 to 50 to 60, print second class. If it is between 35 to 50, print third class. Else print fail. Okay. So the output is also given here. What is nested? Nested means you will be checking one thing, and inside that thing you will be checking another in case that is true. Okay. Like for example, enter the marks. I have taken marks here. If marks is greater than 60, and if we'll be checking if marks is greater than 60, then only we'll be doing this thing. Okay, if it becomes true, then only we'll be doing this thing. In the previous one, what happens if this becomes false, then we will do the next thing, and it is outside it. Okay, and whatever we are writing here, it is inside it. Like for example, here two conditions are inside it. If marks is greater than 60, suppose my marks is 50, if marks is greater than 60, it will become false, and this will not be executed. Only if it is greater than 60, I'll check this. If marks is less than 70, then I will say first class. Else if marks is less than if marks is greater than 70 as well, I'll be writing else print distinction. Okay, like enter mark 68. In 68, I'll check if it is greater than 60, yes. It is less than 70, yes. So it should print first class, it's printing first class. Okay, that is nested conditionals. Next, we have explained the example fruitful and not fruitful. Fruitful means what? It will not, it will return some value. Fruitful means it will return a fruit. Okay, like some value will be returned at the end. Non-fruitful means no value will be returned. Like in this example, def sum a b return a plus b. X is equal to int and input first number. Y is equal to int input second number. Sum is equal to xy. Xy will be calculated the sum, and that will be stored in s. And then you are printing the number sum. Here s will be having the value returned by sum xy, right? That value is nothing but a fruit. That function is called as fruit function. If instead of returning, I'll be printing here only like print a plus b, then it will be called as non-fruitful or void function. Okay, that you have to write for the fruitful and non-fruitful. Moving on, we have demonstrated the use of break and continue. Break means what? See, firstly, let me tell you about the iterations. There is a loop. Loop means you'll be continuously doing some things. Okay, and some values will be changing. Now, if you use break, at that time, what will happen? If any condition arrives, and if that condition arrives, you will be writing the break statement. Like you have defined a condition, if that occurs, it should break. Break means it will come out of the loop. Next is continue. Continue means the loop will happen. Continue means if that condition will happen, it will just skip the rest of the iterations, then start from the new iteration, next iteration. That is called as continue. Okay. Here, if break happens in the for loop, it will come out of the code. Else, like for example, see here, for I in range 5, I will range from 0 to 4. Okay. So if I is equal to 3, break. What happens? 0 will print, 1 will print, 2 will print. When 3 will be printed, what will happen? It is saying break. So break means it will come out of this, print will not happen, and it will be exited. Whereas in continue, what will happen? That same code will again go back and continue from the next step. The bottom thing will not be executed. For example, if for I in range in 5, if I is equal to 3, continue. Whenever I is 3, continue means go back and go for the next iteration. What will happen? The output 0, 1, 2. When 3 will happen, it will not print anything, it will go back to the next one. So next one is 4, 4 will be printed. If it was break, 4 will have not been printed because in break it comes out of the loop. Okay. Moving on, we have write a Python program to prompt the user for a number and find out if the number is even or odd or number is positive or negative. To check if the number is even or odd, at that time what we'll be doing is modulus operator. Modulus, what it does, see, if I give you a number, let's talk about even and odd. If I give you a number 7, how will you check if it is even or odd? Whatever the number, if it is divisible by 2, then it is even number. If it is not divisible by 2, it is odd number. Like if I divide by 2, it should not leave any remainder. Like 7 divided by 2, remainder will be 1, so it is an odd number. If it's even, means it should give me remainder 0. That's what I'm checking. This is called as modulus operator. It will check if the remainder, what is the remainder. Okay, num is the number I'm taking from the user. Num percentage 2 or num modulus 2, if it's equal to 0, I'm checking if the remainder I'm getting when I'm dividing the number by 2, if it is 0, it is even number, else it is odd number. Then if a number is positive or negative, how will we check that? Positive or negative means if it is less than 0, it is negative number. If it is greater than or equal to 0, it is positive number. Take the number, check if it is greater than or equal to 0, positive, else it is negative. Next question we have, explain interpreter and compiler. Interpreter means what? It will interpret line by line. Okay, one line will be interpreted, it will check for errors. No errors is there, next line it will check. No errors is there, next line it will check. Compiler means all the lines it will check together. Okay, that's what you have to keep in mind, and this is the content of the theory part. You can go through it. What are the errors and error type? Error means something which you don't want as an output. If you are getting a wrong output, that is called as error. Or if you are not getting output, whatever you are expecting, if you are not getting that, that is called as error. So three types of error are there. Syntax error means you'll be having the grammar rules not defined. Like there is a rule to write the Python codes, right? They should be equal to, if you are assigning two values, and the variable which you are assigning, that has to be of the valid type. Like for example, you can't write the user, you can't write the inbuilt names for variables. Some names you can just cannot write, like 1 is equal to something, you cannot write that, you have to use letters, right? That is what syntax error. Logical error means instead of a modulus 2, you wrote a divided by 2, that is your logical error. Semantic error means you are trying to modify an uninitialized variable. There is no variable but you're trying to modify its value, that is semantic error. Okay, moving on, we have the variable, statement, expression. What are these things? With examples, you have to explain. What is variable? Variable is nothing but a named literal, which is nothing but a name in which you can store some value. For example, x is a value which is a variable, and in that you are storing 10. Statement is a small unit of code that can be executed. This is a statement, this is a statement, this is a statement. Basically, lines are called as statements. Expression means you'll be performing some operations on that, like for example, plus or minus. That is called as expression. That was about the module 1. Let's have a look at the module 2. We have three topics: iteration, strings, and files. In iterations, you need to know about the two loops, while loop and for loop. So let's have a look. They can also ask you as definite and indefinite loop. So what is definite loop? Definite means for loop. Why it is called as definite? In for loop, you will be having a set number of iterations in which you will be doing the steps. That is why it is called as definite loop. Indefinite loop means you will be having a condition. If that condition becomes false, then only you will stop executing. Suppose the condition did not ever become false, it will keep on executing forever. That is called as indefinite loop. So while loop is called as indefinite loop, definite loop is called as for loop. Okay. So for loop, the syntax is as follows: for var in list or sequence. You'll be having a list or sequence, in that you'll be accessing each variable one by one. That is called as for loop, and you'll be performing some operation. And the example is given here: names is equal to Ram, Shyam, and Bhim for x in names. For x in names, this is names, and x will access this first, then this, then this. It will print it. Okay. So output will be three names here. While loop means what? While a condition is true, do the following. If it becomes false, exit. Okay. So n is equal to 1. While n is less than or equal to 5, whenever n is less than 5, it will check. If it is true, it will print n, and it will print over. And indentation is n plus 1. Okay, so here what will happen? While n is less than 5, also we are doing n is equal to n plus 1. Actually this had to come here, but the this one, the formatting is not correct in the document, so this was written here. N is equal to n plus 1 should come here, or else what will happen? It will print n, again it will check. If it is less than 5, it will print again 1, again 1, again 1. It will keep on doing printing until n value changes, and n value doesn't change here, right? So it will just keep on printing indefinitely. You have to change the n value, so n is equal to n plus 1 should be taken here. Okay, so the output will be as follows: till 5 it will print, and then over. After 5, what will happen? N value will become 6. It will check this condition: n is less than 5, 6 is not less than 5, so it will be coming out of this, and it will print over. Okay, that's what exactly it's happening here. Moving on, we have the second topic, which is list and explain 4 built-in string manipulation functions supported by Python. They can ask you also what is string. String is nothing but a quote inside that you will be writing some letters. That is called as string. Okay, and it is a sequence of characters. Each of these letters is called as character, and these characters has some index value. H is present at 0th index, E is present at first index, L is present at second index, the second L is present at third index, and so on. It starts from 0. Okay, so few of the string functions which they have asked, like 4 string functions, right? So one of the easiest 4 I have chosen, s dot upper. S is not S is what the string here. Okay, like for example, st is equal to hello. st1 is equal to st dot upper. St means hello. Hello dot upper means it will convert all the letters in this string hello to uppercase, and it will be stored in st1. So if I print st1, it will be hello in uppercase. Done. S dot lower, it will just convert to lowercase and print. S dot strip means see here. Here we have the spaces here, right? So that spaces has to be stripped. So if you write st dot strip, it will remove the spaces and print without spaces. S dot count. Count means in S1 you have to count how many times it has occurred. Like hello, how are you? How about you? If I write st dot count how 3 comma 10. In the 3 comma 10 means in the third index till the 10th index, how many times how has occurred. In the third index and the 10th index, in between the one time only how has occurred. Suppose I did not mention anything, just st count dot how. Then it will check in the whole sentence how many times how has occurred. It will output 2. Done. So that was about the 4 inbuilt functions of string. Next we have the string slices. Very important question. Explain the slicing operator in Python with example. Slicing means what? You are dividing the string into different parts and printing it. Okay. So we have the following syntax: st of I, j, k. I is the starting position, j is the ending position, and means if this is the string, if you want to just have this much part of the string, so you'll be specifying what is this position and what is this position. I, j. K means how many times you have to skip in between. Like here's examples are there. See, hello world is there. Okay, if you just write st and colon here, it will print the whole thing like hello world. Okay, if you write 0 till 5, it will just print 0 till 5 hello. Okay, like the index value 0 1 2 3 4. In this 0 1 2 3 4, so if you write till 5, it will print till 4 only. Okay, so the output will be hello. If you print st of 0 5 1, 1 means skipping 1, means this also the same thing will happen, hello. Why? Because next it will be outputting. If I had written here 2, at that time what will happen? H will print, then the second one will print, after that second one, so hlo will be printing. Okay, that is what different things here you have to keep in mind and write in an exam. Okay, that is about the string slicing. Next we have explain with examples read and write methods in file. Reading a file and writing a file, very simple. You have to write fo is equal to open. Open is the function used to open a file. Okay, and the file name is foo.txt. wb you will be writing for writing the or reading it. Okay, and you'll be writing fo.write, and you'll be writing Python is a great language, and yeah, it is great. Like if you write fo.write, fo is has the file is opened here, it is stored in fo.write means it will write in that file. Suppose this is the file here. If I open and write something in the code, that whatever I have written in code, that will be copied. Like this thing will be copied, which is in green. Okay, so Python is a great language. Yeah, it is great. That will be copied into the file. Okay, then you will write fo.close. After performing the file operation, have to close the file, right? Up to fo.close. So this is what the file will happen. File will be having content. Next we have reading the file. For reading the file, you will be writing open the file in fo. str is equal to fo.read 10. 10 means first 10 characters you have to read. That will be stored in str, and then you will be printing str. So if you print Python is, first 10 characters are what Python is, right? So that will be printed, and that answer will be stored in str that you will be printing here. Moving on, write a Python code to count the frequency of occurrences of the character within another string. Now if I ask you like hello world, in hello world how many times L has occurred, how many times O has occurred, that is called as frequency. Okay, so we have to write a Python program to count the occurrence of characters within another string. There is a string, how many times a particular character has occurred here, 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 that count I have to do. Okay, let's have a look at that. So to achieve that, you will be writing this code here: def count char st and ch. st is the string and ch is the character. Initially count will be 0 for I in st. This is st. For I in st means it will access this letter first, then this letter, then this letter, then this letter till the end. And each time I'll check if I is equal to ch. Ch is the letter which I'm searching. If I which I have accessed that is equal to the ch character, then only it will be counted as count plus 1. Means if that letter is same, count plus 1. Not same, don't do anything. Same, count plus 1. Not same, don't do anything. Like that I'll see till the end. Then I'll be printing like see. After that is then return count. The count will be written. In count I have how many times the ch character has appeared. Ch has that particular character. So first I will take the string, enter a string, and ch is equal to input, enter character to be counted. In C I will be storing count character st comma ch. This I will pass and call this function, and count value will be returned and stored in C, and I will be printing appeared how many times. See, format is used when we have to see 0 will be substituted with ch means the particular character. Appeared how many times? C times. In which string? This string, st string. Okay, so just we are trying to print out how many times the particular characters appeared in the string. Like for example, if the string is hello how are you, and the character to be counted is h is present here 1 2 times, right? So it will be printed h appeared 2 times in the hello how are you. Moving on, we have the program to count the frequency of words in a file. There is a file, how many times this word has occurred, that I will be counting. Okay, so what I will do, f name is equal to input, enter the file name. I am taking the file name as input. F hand is equal to open f name. I will be opening a file. Count is equal to dict. I am declaring a dictionary counts for line in f hand. This is the file. Each line I am accessing. I have this line here. Words is equal to line dot split. This line will be split into different words. Now I have different words here. Now for word in words, I have different set of words here. For each word I am accessing. This word I will be accessing, and I will be writing counts of word plus is equal to 1. Counts of word means for this particular code increase the frequency. Count plus 1. For each word I will be having separate frequency in a dictionary. For each of those words count will be increased 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, and finally I will be printing counts. If the file name does not exist, it will print file name cannot be opened. If this does not happen, that means exception. Print file name cannot be opened. Example VTU BGM, VTU Belgavi, VTU BGM Karnataka. So the file name is what test.txt entered here. VTU appeared 3 times and BGM appeared 2 times, Belgavi appeared 1 time, Karnataka appeared 1 time. Okay, so that's what the output. Moving on to module 3, we have list, dictionaries, tuples, and regular expressions. 4 things are there: list, dictionaries, tuples, and regular expressions. What is list? List is an ordered sequence of values. It is just storing some values. Okay. You have to know the syntax of list. So in the list we'll be using the square brackets here. So if I write ls1 is equal to square brackets, inside that some elements, if I write 10, minus 4, 25, 13, or if I write some words like tiger, lion, cheetah, these are called as lists. Okay. And to access the list element, how you will be using is first you will declare a list for item in ls. This is ls, and item for item in ls means item will access this and this one by one. Print item means it will print, and 2 comma 3 is written here. That is nothing but hello. Okay, like syntax problem here. So it is printed hello here. Okay, it was not 2 3, it is hello there. Okay, adding new values, how will you add a new value? Insert. Okay, ls dot insert 1 comma high. So 1 means index value 1. This is the index value 0, index value 1, index value 2. In index value 1 means after 3 and before 5 I have to add high. So ls dot insert 1 comma high. In first index it will insert high, so the output will be 3 high and 5 10. Next we have deleting list value. Remove will be using. So ls dot remove 34, it will remove 34 from this list, so it will have the list without 34. Next we have write a short note on list slicing. Slicing means dividing the list. So list is here just as how we considered for the string. We'll be slicing the list as well. So this is the list. If I write t, then just colon within the square bracket, it will print everything. If I write 1 till everything means from first index till everything. This is the first index till last. So BCD will be printed here, 1 till everything. If I write nothing till 3, nothing means it will start from the beginning, and 3 means it will go till index 2. So 0 1 2, 0 1 2 means 0 1 2, ABC will be printed here. If I specify both 2 and 4, it will start from the index 2 and it will go till 3. So 2 and 3 will be printed. 0 1 2, 2 will be printed and 3 will be printed. So CD will be printed. So this answer will be CD. And minus 2 is nothing but from the previous position till second last position, means till D it will print. Okay, so till D means from starting till here, because whatever is present here, it will print one location before that, right? See, 4 is here, one location before that means 3, so it will print till 2 to 3. Here also it is minus 2 till it minus 2 means it will print till minus 3. Minus 3 means here. So ABC will be printed. That's what ABC is printed here. Okay. So this means sufficient. You can go for the next question. Explain dictionaries in Python. Dictionary means you'll be having some key and associated value. Like for example, you'll be declaring by using this d is equal to flower braces, or you'll be writing d is equal to dict. Okay. So if I write d is equal to flower basis, d is a dictionary declared. D of mango is equal to fruit, d of banana is equal to fruit, d of cucumber is equal to vegetable, print d. For mango, fruit will be assigned, for banana, fruit will be assigned, for cucumber, vegetable will be assigned. Okay, that is what is called dictionary. Discuss any 4 operations associated with dictionaries. So what are the operations with dictionary? Get operation. Get means if you have a string here and you declared a dictionary, for ch in s, d of ch is equal to d of get ch comma 0 plus 1. What's happening here? Listen carefully. See, s has a string here. For ch in s, the string is here. For ch in s means it will be accessing, the string is here, and c from a set of characters you'll be getting each character. That is what it is using here, get ch or 0. If the ch is not present, you will be getting as 0 here, because if that character is not present in that particular string, and you'll be adding 1 because that's the first occurrence of the letter. Okay. And the second one we have is the keys. Keys is nothing but, see, in here the keys are Tom, Jerry and Mickey. Okay, and the values are 3 4 9 1 8 1 3 5 and 1 2 5 3. Okay, these are the keys. And sort is used to sort the letters according to the alphabetical order. Okay, that is what is called sort. And then we have about the items. In items you can retrieve both at a time. Like if you write k comma v in d dot items, at that time print kv will print both Tom 3412, Jerry 6781, Mickey 1294. Okay, that is the values, that were the things we can use with the dictionaries. And next we have about the next question is how tuples are created in Python. Explain different ways of creating and accessing them. Tuples is nothing but you'll be having a sequence of words just like list, but it is not modifiable. Okay, so here you will be having mango, banana, apple within the circle bracket. So this is the tuple, and you cannot change that value. So, okay, that's only the difference. Next, we have demonstrated how to use tuples as keys in the dictionaries. To use tuples as keys, this is one key, this is another key, this is third key. These are the numbers, and for each of these, you'll be assigning a particular number here. So for Tomcat, you'll assign this, Jerry Moss will assign this, Donald Duck will assign this one. Okay, like that, you'll be using keys as tuples as keys in dictionary. Next, we have how to create a tuple and compare the tuple elements with example. Okay, comparing means what? If you have 1 2 3 and 1 2 5 here, both are equal? No, so it will return false. If both are equal, it will return as true. And less than means the length of it. Okay, like 1 2 3 1 2 5, is it less than this? Yes, it is less. Means what are the numbers coming? Is it less than that? Yes, it is coming less than that. And 3 4 comes before 5 2. Yes, it will be coming before 5 2. Okay, it is not exactly less than and greater than. Instead it means comes before and comes after. Okay, like that. 3 comes before 5 and 4 also comes before 5, like that. Okay, so it will be true. Not much worry about the just of write equal to and these signs here. Okay, next we have write a Python code to count the frequency of each word in a given file. Okay, for each word how many times it has appeared in a file, that will be finding out. So we'll open a file in f hand and counts will be the dictionary here. For line in f hand, for each line you are considering in a f hand, and you'll be translating it to the string punctuation, and you will be lowering it. Means all the letters will be lowered in the line. For each word in the line, if you will be checking if that word is present in the count, if not you'll be adding 1, else you'll be if it is not present, you'll be assigning 1 to it. After that you'll be appending the values in the key value, and then you'll be sorting it. Okay, that will be giving us the count of how many words have been present in the each file. Okay, next we have in the model for class and object, class functions, class and methods. Okay, so what is a class? Class is nothing but a blueprint of what has to be done, and it is a user defined data type, and object is nothing but the instance of the class. Okay, so this is the class point and nothing is present here. Print point, it will print the class name main as point. Okay, and the object will be created as follows: p is equal to point. If you write point and write the bracket after that, it will be creating a class object there. Okay, object is p, class is point. Okay, next we have the how are classes and attributes in Python associated. What is attribute? Attribute is what all the data members present in the class. P dot x is equal to 10, p dot y is equal to 20. So x and y are the attributes of the class point. Okay, so to access that, you will writing p dot x and p dot y. Okay, next we have the pure function and modifier function. Pure function does not modify anything. Modifier function modifies. Okay, so this is the So this is the example given here for the pure functions. So in this example, what we are actually doing is here is a class time, and here we have the add time t1 and t2. Here what we are trying to do is we are just adding time. We are not altering the values of t1 and t2. Okay, so if you go through the code, you'll get to know t1 and t2's values are not altered. So it's a pure function. In modifier function, we are altering the value of t and seconds. Like t dot second is equal plus is equal to seconds. T's value is getting altered here, so it is called as a modifier function. Okay. Next, we have the operator overloading with a suitable example. Operator overloading means using the same operator differently. If you have different data types, you'll be using the same operator to call different functions. Like for example, what is present here? Add is present here. You'll be adding self.x plus p2.x. You'll be adding here and calling the function and here. And second is str. In str also you'll be calling the same thing here. P1 and P2, if you do here P1 and P2, it will be calling the add function. Okay, and when you add the strings, then it will be calling the this function. Okay, so basically what happens, you are using the plus value for different purposes. Okay, it can be used to add the strings as well as it can be used to add the numbers. Okay, so that is what's called operator overloading. So the more information is given here, can go through it. Next we have the init function. Init means initialization function. Init means whenever you define a class, what are the variables to be defined? That is what we'll be using init here. Okay, so self.x, self.y, this will be initialized whenever you'll be creating a class. Okay, that is what is called the init method. Very important question from exam point of view. Next we have explain the type-based dispatch with an example. Type-based dispatch means what? By the type of the operands, you will be using the different functions. Like for example, there are three cases in addition: adding two time objects, adding integer to time object, adding a time object to an integer. Okay, for each of these three things, different add functions will be called. Okay, that's what it is. Type-based dispatch. Okay. Next, we have demonstrated the concept of inheritance. Inheritance means you'll be having a class, you'll be making a same class as of that, then you'll be making changes to it. What is the class initially? That is called as base class. What you'll be deriving is called the derived class. An example is here where we'll have the class animal and it has a function called speak. And here is a class dog which inherits animal. So animal will be writing here, and here we have a function called bark. So if you write d dog, what will happen is first it will create the animal class, then from that it will create the dog class. Because to create the dog class, you need animal class in the first place. So d dot bark and d dot speak. D dot bark will output dog barking. D dot speak will output animal speaking. So these two are the outputs present here. Next, we are in the module 5, network programs, web services, databases, and SQL. Let's have a look what are the questions that could be asked. Define a protocol. Protocol is a rule that is followed in a particular domain. Whatever the rule is present, that is called as a protocol. And they have also asked to write a Python program for requesting a HTTP plain document and display in the web server. So HTTP information is given here. It is hypertext transfer protocol. It uses a protocol for the web services. Okay, to get something from the internet. So it uses get and post. Get is used for getting. Post is used for sending some data. Okay. Next we have this diagram. You have to make socket connection, send and receive. Socket is present here. It is connected via port 80 to the web service. Okay. Now see here, to get the data from the server, you will be importing socket. My socket is equal to socket.socket, and these things will be writing here. Connect to the socket and get the data. Get this urls.txt. Get a file from there, and then while true, data is equal to this. If line of data is less than 1, break. Otherwise, print the data. Get the data, print the data. Okay. Next, we have write a program to retrieve the data from a web page using URL library and to count the number of words in it. Get data from URL library, count the number of words in that. So you'll be importing urllib.request. Fhand is equal to urllib.request.url open, which URL you want to try to open. Declare a dictionary called counts. For line in fhand, for each line in that file, word is equal to line.decode.split. You will be getting the words in each of those lines. That all words will be sent here, and for each of those, we will be checking count of word is equal to count.word.get word comma 0 plus 1. If it is not initialized already, 0 plus 1 will happen. If it is initialized already, how much frequency is there, that frequency will be fetched here, and plus 1 will be happen and stored in that same count word. Like that, we will be counting the number of words in it. Next, we have the write a program to extract various parts of the anchor tag using beautiful soup. Beautiful soup is used to get the anchor tag. See, when we write the HTML and the Python, if you write HTML, we'll be using some tags, right? A tag and image tag and audio tag and text tag and paragraph tag, image tag. All those things will be there. From that, the anchor tag is taken, A tag. And inside the tag, we have to extract various parts of it. So we'll be importing some libraries here, and we'll be writing ctx is equal to ssl.create default context. Create a default context check the host name and verify mode, get the URL. After you have got the URL, open that URL in HTML, get the beautiful soup library, and tags is equal to soup of A. All the A tags, A is anchor tags. Anchor tag will be taken. Next will be for each of those tags will be doing this thing. Tag is tag of href. Hrefs will be displayed here, contents will be displayed here, attributes will be displayed here. Okay. So the output will be as follows. Tag will be this second page and URL contents second page attributes. Okay. Next, we have the XML. What is XML? Extensible Markup Language. We can write a Python program to parse and extract the data. XML will be as follows. It looks as follows: person, name, phone, and email. And you'll be extracting some data here. Okay, so how you'll be doing that? So to extract the data, you'll be using this line of code here. First, you'll be defining what is the XML you have within three quotes here. Three quotes also here. Data will be storing this XML. After that, you'll be doing from string data print attribute find email dot get hide find phone dot get type. You will be getting the hide and type of email and phone, and then you will be printing here. That is how you'll be parsing the data XML file. Next we have SOA, which is service oriented architecture. What are the advantages of SOA? SOA is approach where the overall application makes use of the services of other application. One service is there, it will make use of other applications. Okay, that is what is called SOA. And here we have the thing, travel applications using the auto rental service, hotel reservation service, and airline reservation service using API. API is application programming interface. Advantages are given here, go through it. Next we have the JSON. JSON means JavaScript object notation. Concept of parsing is asked here. So JSON will be as follows. Within the flower braces, you will be writing the key value pairs here, and inside that also you can have another JSON. Okay. To parse the JSON, you will be writing the importing JSON. Data will be defined here. After that, you will be accessing each data one by one. For item in info, info will have JSON.load data. In data will be present in info. You will be accessing each item in info, and then you will be printing it. Okay. That was about the JSON. Moving on, we have the cursor. Explain, connect, execute, and close commands. Create a database. To create a database, you'll be getting a cursor here. Cursor means it will be pointing to specific points here. Okay, so this is the thing which you need to keep in mind. Execute the this function here and execute this function after that. Then close it. Cursor means from where you want to type. If I want to place cursor here, if I want to type here, then next statement the cursor will be in next place. It will be typing from here. What will be getting typed? This will be getting typed here. Okay, and this is the diagram which you have to make. Execute fetch one and fetch all, close, and this is the cursor which will be interacting with users and courses which is connected with members, and this program is present here. And cursor is a file that handles, you can use the perform operations, and execute is for execution, open is for opening, close is for closing. Next, we have the different kinds of keys. Three keys are there: primary key, logical key, and foreign key. Logical key is a key that the real world might use to look up in a row, like any key which we want to select. Primary key is that from which you'll be defining the whole thing. Like roll number is a unique value. If I tell who is roll number 4, Kriti is roll number 4. This is the primary key, the most important key. Foreign key is nothing but the key which is relating to tables. This is one table, this is one table. In these two tables, which is the key which is related? Roll number. So roll number can be considered as a foreign key in this case. Okay. Next, we have the 4 basic commands of SQL to create and maintain data. To create a table, you will be writing create table, column data type, column data type, column data type, create table, table name. To insert the data, insert into table name the following values. In the columns, the following values. Okay, update the data, update the table name, set this column value as this one, this column as this one, where a condition is true. Wherever the condition is true, set all those places that column as that value. Okay. Last one, we have the delete operator. Delete means you are deleting something. Delete from which table name, where condition. Delete from a table where a condition is true. If I write delete from person where ID is 3, the person with ID 3 will be deleted. So if you found this video helpful, make sure hit the like button, support me. I'll make up more videos like this for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.